So for the past few months, I haven't really been making good Flash videos because, well, honestly, season 4 was fucking garbage.
You know what makes a great speedster? It's being the light when the world grows dark.
I lost my speed.
Guys, I think I found it. Oh my god! Oh jeez! Oh my god! Oh,
It was the worst season of The Flash, and I don't care what you say, it was awful. It was just terrible. And when I look back at it, I think that it can be better in season 5, and I see ways that they can improve it. So I just want to clear off my chest with this video ranting about The Flash season 4 and move on from The Flash season 4 after this video, because honestly, that's all we need to do, because this season was awful.
Someone who will hold you. Someone who will wipe away those tears. Do you like shrimp?
Ralph is just garbage. Ralph is literally the worst character besides another character that I'll get into later. Ralph is so irrelevant, such a pussy. It's just like, why do you have him here? He's not necessary. Like, literally, they have him in here for no reason. The same way they had whatever his name was that played Alchemy in season 3. No reason. Literally, Flashpoint. Give me a break. Ralph is so useless, and they wasted so much CG and money on him instead of the title character, the Flash. Cisco is probably the only one I really don't mind, but that's because he doesn't really do much in the first place. He's just a technical guy that tells Barry what to do and sometimes breaches and helps them. And other times he's, romantic with his girlfriend Gypsy, who nobody really gives a shit about because she comes onto the show for about 10 minutes each episode. It's kind of stupid. Like, I honestly just don't care about him at this point. The reason why he was interesting in season 1 is because he wasn't a metahuman. He was just a regular, intelligent person. But then, of course, episode 15 happened. That changed that, and his entire character changed as well. And they just ruined him in season 4. Kind of like Harry and HR. And just I don't want to see Harrison Wells anymore. Just get rid of Tom Cavanaugh. Just stop it, because you guys have no ideas what to do with him anymore. You guys think that the writers think that the Harrison Wells multiverse storyline is actually interesting, clever, and fun and funny. It's not. It's terrible. Like, I get it. Tom Cavanaugh can act, right? Okay, good for him. But honestly, if we're trying to make this show serious and you want us to take the serious moments serious, this isn't helping you.
Forget not about me. 'Tis I, Wells the Great. Bad connection. Yeah.
This is just honestly ruining everything that you're building. And season 1 was a great way to do what you did. Have a little bit of comedy, but still take the story serious. And season 2, you attempted to do that as well. But season 3, you flew off the handles. And personally, I enjoyed season 3. It wasn't that bad for me. I enjoyed that they adapted the New 52 storyline of course, Barry Allen versus Barry Allen from the future. And I thought that was a really cool storyline that they did in season 3. But for season 4, I don't know what they were doing. It was just like joke after unnecessary fucking joke. And it made me want to bash my head in, because the writing is so bad here that it feels like Deadpool can make fun of it, and that's what Mark Guggenheim wants. He just wants to be referenced in the next Deadpool movie. Like, that's what I feel like is going on here. It's really embarrassing to see this writing, and it makes me want to vomit. And if we want to keep going, if we want to keep talking about these heroes, we can talk about Caitlin and how basically everybody trusts her after she just helped the man who tried to kill Iris for almost an entire year. What the fuck? Why would you trust her? Why would you trust the persona that literally helped that man? It makes no sense. Oh, her mind changed. She was a fucking murderer, dude. No, you don't trust that. It's like literally trusting Reverse Flash. That's like the equivalent of what's going on here. That is how bad this is. You don't trust that. And they bring her back onto the team immediately. Hey, can we help Barry get out of the Speed Force? Yeah. Jesus. And Barry. We can finally talk about the Flash. Barry himself. He can't do anything by himself, which makes him look just as incompetent as the writers. So let's start off with his rebirth. Yeah, This isn't the first time they used a comic book event name and completely butchered it. You see, the reason why I don't give a single breathing shit about his rebirth is because he was only really gone, and when I went back for a double check for this stupid nonsense, he was only fucking gone for 17 minutes and 25 seconds. If you were new to the show and you binge watched it on Netflix, the season finale's problems are solved within 17 minutes of season 4. They couldn't even go more than half an episode to bring him back. The Flash Rebirth from the comics had Barry return after 20 years, and you have him come back after 17 minutes and call that shit a rebirth? No, that's a fucking nap. That was worse than Stephen Amell saying these characters are now a part of Green Lantern's lore and that the people complaining should get over it. Yeah, okay, Stephen Amell, we'll get over it once you get over your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise being rebooted and your Arrow franchise being canned for a movie version that's going to be 10 times better than the garbage that you put onto screen. So go ahead and keep defending your writers who are just really fucking garbage and awful people. And also, yeah, Grant Gustin also defends them by saying, this is our interpretation. Yeah, okay, we can still criticize it. It's fucking awful. The Barry from the comics and the Barry from the TV show. Sure, Barry in the comics is stupid sometimes. Sometimes. Listen to me, sometimes. But he is not as fucking stupid as Grant Gustin's Flash. Oh, the fact that Ezra Miller's Flash is just as bad just makes me want to punch myself in the face, because they're just both garbage interpretations of the character that aren't anything like the fucking character. And they're like, yeah, we know what the character is. Yeah, no, you fucking don't.
Oh, please.
Okay, so we need to talk about DeVoe. DeVoe might just be the worst thing that has ever happened to, of course, The Flash as a whole. It was really, really bad. Really, really cringy acting. Terrible plan. Terrible execution. And you want to know why? So he gets everything he needs to. He basically gets a restraining order on Barry. And guess what happens? Guess what he does? So Barry goes and visits DeVoe, and nobody believes that Barry is, of course, right here. Nobody believes that Barry is doing the right thing by going after this guy. So DeVoe is in the clear. If he just keeps his head down from Barry, he's good. But guess what the fuck he does, dude?
Who's asking? Barry Allen? Or the Flash?
How did you?
Oh, please. The little secret is one of the more underwhelming revelations I've uncovered. I was born on the same evening you were, January 7th, the night Star Labs particle accelerator bathed Central City in gene-altering dark matter. We were both struck by lightning.
I knew you were affected. How did our test not show your meta DNA?
And for such a fast man, you're rather slow. I'm smarter than you.
Guess what he does? Listen to this. He tells him his fucking plan, and he tells him that he knows he's the Flash. What are you fucking doing? This is the bad guy. He revealed himself in episode 4, and you want to know what Barry did after learning this information? He went back to fucking Star Labs and told everybody in Star Labs, and guess what? Oh, we believe you. That's it. They believe him. Yep, that's it. There's no other, yeah. It's just horrible. It's horrible acting. It was horrible writing. I hated DeVoe, and don't even get me started on his wife. They were both terrible, and I hated both of their stories. When he started body hopping from Marcus from Detroit Become Human, and then some random cowgirl that nobody gave a shit about, and then finally the only fucking actor that can actually get close to his acting. Like, it was just terrible. It was, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? It's just the worst decisions ever.
You are not the Flash, Barry. We are.
Team Flash is something that is probably the worst thing ever. It's just a copy of Team Arrow, and the reason why Team Arrow exists is because people on Twitter decided to tweet out Team Arrow. And by people, I mean the core audience of Arrow. If you don't know who that is, then of course you've been living under a rock for the last 3 seasons of Arrow. But of course, the Flash adopted that instead of going with the Flash family. it would have been 10 times more clever to say Flash family and actually make these characters act like a family instead of replacing each dead character with the same guy. It's pretty pathetic. I hate this fucking show. Compared to the comics, it's awful. Like, honestly, Team Flash and Flash Family, those two things are so different from each other when you look at them. It's so sad. Ugh, there's so many bad things about the show. It's just so bad, dude. It's like if you compare Jay and Wally and Barry and the humbleness that they have in the comics and the passion that they have for being heroes, it's so different compared to the show. The only person that comes close to matching that type of feeling is Jay Garrick, played by John Wesley Shipp, and that's the only person. That's the only person that makes me feel like he's the only person that cares about the comics, but he just plays the character so well. And unfortunately, none of the other characters do, and it's a shame. It's a shame. Iris only acted like this in one episode, and honestly, that was it. Besides that was the only closest thing we got to like a Flash family moment. And it was only an individual moment for a character. And it was sad, and it is just really heartbreaking to see how they actually did switch these characters so much from the source material that you just can't even recognize them to this point. Iris in the first episode just does not give a shit about Barry. Like, honestly, if Iris was to love Barry in the comics, if she was doing the same shit, she would not be saying, we need to focus on the villain first. No, she would want to get Barry out at all costs. Like, there's no doubt about that. She loves Barry that much. But the fucking Iris in TV show, oh yeah, no, she doesn't give a single fuck about Barry. Not a single one. He's gone for 6 months and she's just like, we need to focus on the samurai.
Look, guys, we need to concentrate on stopping the samurai who's trying to destroy the city, not on Barry.
And then Cisco says this.
Dude, what is your deal? It's like you don't even want him back.
Hey.
And then she tries to fucking argue. Don't fucking argue, you dumb son of a bitch. Listen here. You were just trying to argue that you care about your husband, that you care about Barry. Clearly you don't when you're not trying to focus on him, you idiot. Jesus. And turns out that Cisco's plan works, but Iris still fucking doubted him for 17 minutes. It's really, really amazing how they try to make this random journalist that has no superpowers, no super intelligence, and the only redeemable thing that she might have is that she's dating Barry Allen. But even that's pathetic, because guess what? Barry Allen is just as incompetent as her and the writers of this damn show. There's no reason that she should be there. There's no reason she should be the leader. Everybody's smarter than her, even Joe, like Jesus. And I'm honestly starting to think that it would have been better for everybody if she was just killed off in season 3. Barry would have probably been completely different and he would be on his own, which would make stories way better. But instead, they made her the leader of Team Flash. By the way, did you remember that she's a journalist? Yeah, I forgot that too. I completely forgot that because they didn't mention it for 21 fucking episodes. And when they did do that, it was the most Iris West thing that I saw. It was determination of a woman who didn't need to say feminism 15 fucking times and put her hand in a circle, say feminism, hashtag feminism.
We got this. We're strong women.
Yeah. Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag feminism.
By the way, that scene, and then Felicity and Iris fucking beating up Nazis, I almost lost my shit. I'm telling you. I didn't watch the Ladies Night Out episode. I've just seen that clip, and I literally could not watch that episode. I would have been gone. I would have completely shut down. And then I watched the crossover event, and I just they fought Nazis. You're telling me that these Nazis are not going to shoot a black woman on sight? Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me, okay, whatever. You know, it's fine. But you know, this is all fine. This is all fine and dandy. You know, they could beat up Nazis. This bitch can interrupt another woman's wedding. But when they start saying this shit,
Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag feminism.
it's like the writers aren't even trying at this point. It's really pathetic. Compared to other DC products that make women more empowered, like of course the Batman animated series. It's baffling. I really hate this show right now. When she actually did the DeVoe thing, when she exposed DeVoe, it worked. It worked. And 21 episodes in, they finally figured out what to do with Iris, and then that's it. It went back to normal Iris being fucking annoying in episode 22 and 23, and now I just don't. Just leave her, dude. Stop fucking. Just fuck. And they have a kid, so she's gonna stay alive for another few years, and it's fucking annoying. And I don't want this, and I really don't. And they need to change it. They need to fucking change this shit now, or they're gonna lose a lot of loyal Flash fans that actually love the character. You doing little cameos and Easter eggs and shit, that's not enough. You need to do good fucking stories. It's enough to do, you're not doing enough. It's really not enough. You can have great fight scenes, great CG, which you don't, which is unfortunate. So you can't ride back on that. So you need to tell good stories or you're just fucking garbage. That's why people loved season 1. It wasn't because of the cool fight scenes and the CG and the comedy. No, it was because it was a good story between Barry Allen and Eobard Thawne. And they completely butchered all of these characters for the last season. And season 3 wasn't that bad compared to this season. That's how crazy this is. People think that season 3 is awful. I thought it was pretty bad, but in my opinion, I enjoyed it still. But this season, I could not. I literally was grinding through it. I wanted to just rip my hair out. It was a bad season. CW needs to change this now. So that's it. That's all I gotta say about The Flash season 4. We are going to be continuing to talk about The Flash season 5 in the future. I'm really excited for the future of my channel. And we are 200 subscribers away from 20,000 subscribers, guys. We are so close. So go ahead, if you are new, click that subscribe button. Go ahead and click that like button as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.